Hi everybody. It's been so long since I've posted a YouTube video, well over a year, but the truth is so much has been happening in that time. The exciting news is that I now have a book. It's called Rock On, the Crystal Healing Handbook for Spiritual Rebels. This came out in late 2021 and I'm super excited to share this book with the world because when I wrote it, it was my intention to create a book that I wish I had at the start of my crystal healing journey. There are so many amazing crystal healing books out there, like Judy Hall. We all know Judy Hall's Crystal Bible, phenomenal book. And there are so many others that are great at explaining what crystals are good for and their healing properties and their fantastic reference guides. But what I found was really lacking in the market was how-tos. So we know what the crystal is good for, but how do we actually practically apply it to our life and to our body for healing? As you guys know, my area of expertise is actually crystal body work. So working with clients in a real healing room by placing crystals on the body in complex and complementary crystal body layouts. So the crystals all work together, bringing different energies to the healing session. Quite a few of my videos on this channel actually demonstrate how I work with crystals on the body. So a big part of this book, it's broken into two sections. There's part one, which is more of the theory. It tells you about my crystal journey. It incorporates elements of spiritual psychology and more about the theory of crystal healing from my perspective, not the standard you've read about it 100 times perspective. And then part 2 and 3 gets into more the practical side. And the part 3 of the book actually has 40 case-specific crystal healing body layouts that you can do at home. So today what I'm going to do as an introduction to those of you who are new to my channel and as kind of a reintroduction of myself back into my YouTube channel is I'm going to read to you from the first page, the first section of this book, which is my introduction to crystal healing. This book is an absolutely beautiful, stunning book. I can't take credit for the design. It was the graphics team at the publishing house that did this, but it really is a book for those who like to live by their own rules and who believe that energy is very unique and individualized, and there's no set of fixed rules that we have to abide by when working with energy in the body. So the imagery in the book is very colorful. There's lots of unique characters in there, and hopefully it resonates with you. So the start of this book is called Crystals and Combat Boots, the beginning. And it starts like this. I listened with half interest to the middle-aged woman seated before me. She had long, wild red hair and was nattering on about the mystical powers of a blue crystal in her hand. Yawn. I wasn't sure how much longer I could keep my eyeballs from rolling back in my head, so I busied myself wondering what hair dye she used. I felt a little out of place sitting among this small group of eager and slightly weird healing students. I was here because I wanted to learn about energy healing after recently recovering from a traumatic spinal injury. This vibrational healing course had jumped out at me during a bleary-eyed midnight internet search, and 2 months later, here I was. As I looked around at all the purple tie-dye sitting in the room, I became aware of my black combat boots and jeans. I wondered if I really belonged here. I'd never even held a crystal, let alone used it for healing. As far as I was concerned, it was just fluffy spiritual woo-woo, generously sprinkled with fairy dust and unicorn farts. So when the course teacher began talking in reverent whispers about crystal devas and angel guides, I started looking for an escape route. Seriously, get it together, people. Don't get me wrong, it's not that I was a skeptic. I considered myself to be a deeply spiritual and open-minded person. It's just that going gaga over a handful of sparkly rocks really wasn't my thing. I drew the line at rock worshipping. Of all the subjects included in the healing course, crystal healing was the one I would happily have skipped. Oh well, I thought, I'm here now. 15 minutes later and I was lying face up on a massage table. A dozen or so colourful rocks placed strategically along the length of my body. At least I could enjoy a few moments of shut-eye. I wasn't expecting much, so I was surprised when strange things began to happen. First I was cold, and then I was suddenly and uncomfortably hot. Flashing lights and colours began swirling before my closed eyes, and I felt my mind slipping into what I can only describe as a kind of free fall. Within a couple of minutes, I was in a deep state of visionary meditation. I felt as though a world of feeling, energy, and heightened consciousness had been cracked open inside me, like a portal into my core. It was an acid trip without the acid. When I finally sat up again after 20, 30, 60 minutes, the first words out of my mouth were profound. Holy shit! I've never experienced anything like that before. Fast forward to 2021. That was 14 years ago. Not long after, I went on to study advanced crystal healing, transpersonal psychology, art therapy, Reiki, pranic energy healing, and past life regression. Despite my broad modality base, crystal healing has remained the mainstay of my practice. Crystals and I just get each other, and I find that my healing work is immeasurably more powerful when crystals are involved. Many people consider me something of a crystal healing expert, despite the fact that I never sought this title, nor do I adorn myself in crystal healing jewelry, and yes, I still wear black combat boots. Now, with over a decade of professional experience and a global healing practitioner training institute under my belt, one thing has become crystal clear. I may not have sought them out, but Crystal sure chose me to be their spokesperson. I've taught crystal healing on stage at some of Australia's largest healing events and expos. My crystal healing courses are delivered across 6 continents and have been downloaded by over 20,000 people all around the world. I've written extensively about crystal healing and have built social media platforms and online communities dedicated to this wonderful healing modality. I'm not here to tell you that meditating with a specific crystal is going to solve all your problems. Nor will keeping a rose quartz in your pocket magically manifest true love. True crystal healing requires more than the wave of a crystal wand. It's about much more than New Age buzzwords like aura quartz and tantric twin. Crystal healing is about penetrating a person's deepest energetic layers to find the medicine that they hold within. It's about real-world healing scenarios, like calming an anxious mind, supporting a mother through miscarriage, or helping a partner overcome addiction. Crystal healing is about nurturing someone through emotional and psychological trauma like heartbreak and insecurity. It's about feeling all the feels, crying all the tears, and being supported through your most raw and real human experiences towards your ultimate healing. A spiritual rebel understands this. A spiritual rebel is a survivor and a soul searcher. She is a person who doesn't run from her pain and who stands strong in her spirituality and dedication to her own personal evolution. A spiritual rebel does things her own way and is an active participant in her own healing journey. She might honor herself by meditating with an amethyst crystal while wearing angel wings, or by boxing bare-knuckled in a sparring ring. Personally, I never resonated with the gentle approach. I don't speak in breathless whispers, and I'm drawn to crystals that are rough and raw and more closely resemble dangerous weapons than pretty healing tools. In the healing room, I like to take my clients deep as quickly as possible. The crystal body layouts that you'll find in part 3 of this book are a result of that work. When using the layouts, it's important to journey deeply but respectfully. True healing can sometimes be an uncomfortable or emotional experience, so be gentle with yourself and those that you're working with. This book is the product of my 13 years on the front line as a participant in and witness to the human healing journey. My experience with counseling, energy healing, and transpersonal psychology has added a unique and specialized depth to my crystal healing work. I've held space for women who've lost babies, men who've been sexually abused, and hopelessly lost souls who feel they have nothing left to live for. I've had my heart melted 100 times by the raw force of love and heartbreak, and I've witnessed transformations that no one thought was possible. This means I do things a little bit differently. My crystal healing techniques have been developed in real healing sessions with real clients. Some of my techniques may even be quite radical compared to what you might be familiar with. You see, crystal healing is a journey. And like any journey, healing has a beginning, a middle, and a destination. I didn't say an end because healing is like evolution. There's no finite finish line. Even a healed broken bone will continue to hold the physical and energetic scars of its trauma indefinitely. The human body and soul are constantly changing landscapes, and each new realization about yourself will uncover new opportunities for healing and transformation. So I can't offer you a magical crystal fix to fast track you to an imaginary end or finish line. But what I can offer you is a way to harness the power of crystals to support, facilitate, and deepen your healing journey. I can offer you the knowledge and skills you'll need to work with crystal energy in your own home or healing practice and experience its power for yourself. In short, I'm offering you a way to take back ownership of your own healing experience using one of nature's most incredible gifts, combined with the knowledge I can share from over a decade of professional healing experience. It's not my intention to regurgitate the same crystal healing information that you may have read 100 times over. Rather, my goal is to provide you with a practical, unique, and hands-on crystal healing guide that will help enhance the lives of you, your loved ones, and your clients. This is the book I wish I had when I was beginning my crystal healing journey. It's for all you spiritual rebels out there who are courageous enough to journey beyond the ordinary and into the realm of the extraordinary. Whether you're a beginner or expert, mystic or medic, if you have an open heart and you love crystals, then this book is for you. Now I invite you to take my hand and plunge in fearless. Enjoy the journey. So that is the introductory chapter of my book, and I'll just show you a couple of sample layouts here. So this is a crystal body layout for Cancer. So you can see that the layouts are really comprehensive. This one is for direction or guidance. So you've got pictures of all the crystals with descriptions of where to place them, and then detailed instructions on how you can then work with the crystals while they're on the body. And there are 40 of these, everything ranging from sexual trauma to back pain to insomnia to ADHD. So all kinds of real life healing scenarios that will apply to all of us. I really hope you enjoyed that reading. I'm so excited to be back on the channel, and I will be posting videos every 2 weeks, so stay tuned. If you'd love to get a copy of Rock On for yourself, you can click on the purchase links in the About section on my YouTube page, or you can simply search for Rock On by Kate Mantello on Booktopia or Amazon or any of the big retail websites.